Hello and welcome to Let's Speak in English. In this video, we're going to look at the words prefer, would rather, had better. These expressions, very common, a bit confusing. We're going to look at the use, the structure, and I'll give you some examples. Now, if you're interested in improving your English and generally brushing up on your speaking skills and anything that has to do with the English language, then you've come to the right channel. So let's get to it. Let's look at the uses, the structure, and the examples of prefer, would rather, and had better. Okay, let's start off with prefer. Let's take a look. When you like one thing or a person better than another, it is used to show choice. That is what prefer is used for, when you want to show preference. Structure. Prefer something to something else. Prefer something to something else. Let's look at an example. When it comes to sports, John prefers swimming to jogging. Now, let's take a look at would rather versus would prefer. Now, both are used to show preference and are interchangeable. That means you can use one or another with the same meaning. However, when it comes to structure, their structures are slightly different. Let's take a look. Would rather do something than something else, or would prefer to do something. That is the main difference. Let's look at examples. I would rather go to the cinema. I prefer to go to the cinema. One more time. I would rather go, sorry, there should be a to here, to the cinema. I would prefer to go to the cinema. Okay. And now let's take a look at had better. Now, in this case, there's a completely different meaning. Let's take a look. We use had better to talk about actions we think people should, that's the key word, should do. It's more like giving advice or making a suggestion. Okay, and the structure goes something like this. You had better do something. Let's look at an example. You had better see a doctor about that terrible cough. You had better see. Okay, we're giving advice. Note that the verb had is always used and we never say have better. Okay, we never do that. It's always had better. Now it's your turn. I prefer to. I'd rather. I'd prefer. You had better. Tell me in the comments. Great, you've made it this far. If you want to learn more about English grammar, then check out the video that is suggested to you on the screen. See you in the next one.